Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I love you all. It's me again, your favorite person, Canadian Paco. Do you know that Canada plans to bring about 1.2 million immigrants into the country within the next 3 years? Yes, you heard me right. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to immigrate to Canada through the express entry part. And this particular route is going to take about 60% of the 1.2 million immigrants that will be coming to the country. And it's one of the easiest, especially when you are in the working class or you have your families and you have money to relocate. And it's easy because you're coming to Canada directly as a permanent resident. So make sure you have your pen, your paper, write down the requirement, see where you fit in, and I look forward to welcoming you in Canada. Stay tuned. If you love the content of this video and you like the value it provides, do not forget to share this video, share the link, share. If I'm pronouncing it right, share. And do not forget to click the subscribe button as well as notification button just around this corner below, and I'll be providing you with more information about coming to Canada, life in Canada, opportunities in Canada, as well as tips on how to live the Canadian dream. Now, one thing to know is through the express entry path, there are 3 routes. The first one, you can come to Canada as a federal skilled worker. The second one, you can come to Canada as a federal skilled trade worker. And you can come to Canada through the Canadian Experience class. So let's just touch a bit about this 3 pieces of these 3 routes that comes with a express entry. The first one, which is a federal skilled worker, that requires you to come to Canada from any country that you are. So you don't have to be in Canada. If you are a worker in your country right now, you have years of experience, you have funds, you have you're able to write an English exam and so on. You'll be able to come to Canada through this route. Canadian Experience class require you to have a Canadian experience at least 1 year to be able to apply for that. While the federal skilled trade worker requires you to have experience in a skilled trade. I'll be providing you the link in my description box below, and you'll be looking into the different skilled trade and you can see how that applies to you. An example of a skilled trade can be a carpenter. Yeah, it sounds funny, right? Carpenters are very valuable in Canada. I have seen people just going to learn that trade just to be able to come to Canada. But I'll be giving you the breakdown of all of this. Oh my God, my alarm is ringing. I have so many alarms. Stay tuned. All right, I'm back again. I was just listing all of this requirement to you. I have my laptop here just in case I miss something. I want to make sure I am giving you all the information that you need to be able to put your express entry application through. The first thing you need is to have your degree, certificates, your transcript assessed through the World Education Service. So what that means is Canada wants to be able to assess your education to make sure that it meets the Canadian standard or it's recognized in Canada. For the federal skilled worker program, you must have your certificate assessed to be able to put that in your application. The second thing you need to have is to have proficiency in an approved language test, either in English or in French. If you intend to write the English exam, you need to be looking into writing a CEPIP exam or IELTS exam. Any other exam will not work for the federal skill program. And if you're looking at writing the French exam, you should be looking into the TCF exam. That is the only exam recognized in Canada for French speaking assessment. So after you've had your credentials assessed, you've written your English or your French language exam, other documentation you will need is a criminal record assessment done. You will also need to have a medical assessment done, which you have to submit as part of your application. Then of course you need your international passport. You're not going anywhere without an international passport, so you'll need that for sure, and it shouldn't be an expired one. People are always advised to have as much years in their international passport as they can get. So if you have like 1 month remaining or 3 months remaining, please go renew your international passport so you can get as much years as you can. And always a big factor for everyone, this particular requirement is a requirement for the proof of settlement fund. Come on, you're coming to stay in Canada, you need money. It's not like you need a lot of money, but you need money to be able to take care of yourself, take care of your family when you come here. And the funny thing is, if you come to Canada and you're stranded, there's so many systems where the government will have to support you. So the government wants to ensure that they are not getting to be forced to support you when you come to Canada. So they're ensuring that you have the money to be able to relocate here. So how does the express entry system work? The express entry is a point-based system where you are giving points for every single thing. And if you rank among the highest points or higher than the benchmark points, you get to be called and you will get invitation to apply for permanent residence. So it is always advisable to ensure that you are putting in your very best to be able to get above that point. And also I'll be providing you with a link to on the description box to ensure that you're going in there to do your own assessment. So you don't have to really put the application in. You can even check what your points will be depending on the different criteria. Now, the point base, especially for the federal skills, is about 1,200 points. Yes. Now, people that got called, or the last time someone got called around the federal skills, it was around about 470 something points, which is very low. Yeah, because that point does not include you having a Canadian experience, job experience. It does not even include you having a provincial nomination. So there are so many things involved. So now you get 600 points for skills and experience factors. These include age, level of education, language ability, and Canadian work experience. Yeah. So if you are older, if you're like in your 50s, 40s, the older you are, the lower the point. So if I am, let's say, 50 and my spouse is about 20, I'd rather get my spouse that is 20 to apply to be the major applicant because they're going to have a higher point than me, than 50. So yeah. So that's how you will ensure that if you are applying as a family, you're weighing your scores together, and I'll be providing the link where you can go in there and weigh your scores and see what your scores are individually. As a family, you can put one person as a primary applicant and see what the scores are. Then you can switch it around again and see what the score is going to be. So as part of the 600 points, another factor that comes within that point is spouse or common law partner factor, which include the language skills of your spouse and the education of your spouse. So yeah, your spouse is also going to be able to write an English exam, a language exam, English or French exam, and they will be assessed based on their education as well. So if your spouse is, let's say, an high school or a secondary school certificate holder, they are going to get a lower point. If you have a spouse that has a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, they're going to get a higher point for that. So take note of that, and when you put it in your application. And one thing you need to know is people actually sometimes go to school for another 1 year or 2 years to get like a master's before they apply. So people are actually strategically ensuring that they're not coming to waste money in Canada. Through coming to Canada as a student, they are putting an effort to upgrade their points to be able to come to Canada directly as a permanent resident, which is a cheaper option and a better option because you do not have to wait for a longer time. It saves you money and time. Another factor is the skill transferability factor, which include your education, your master's or bachelor's, a high school, and your work experience. Now, let me tell you, if you're currently working in your home country, wherever your country is, and you have, let's say, 5 years experience, and let's say one person has 5 years experience and another applicant has 2 years experience, you get a higher point for having more years of experience. Although you do not have to have like 10 years of experience or 5 years of experience to be able to apply for this federal skilled worker class, you just need a minimum of 1 year of experience. 2 years of experience is good enough, and you can always support it with other things that can boost your points. It looks realistic, but we're telling you why people don't get there. Now, one big factor is your English exam. You need to be able to score really high. I know some people might say, oh yeah, English is easy. Your English or your French exam, you need to be able to score really high. Yes. So if you are taking an English exam, unless your first language is English, and you decide to take a French exam, that increases your score. People actually go and learn French, just to get their score high. You don't have to do that if you're able to score high in English, if you have a good work experience, if you have funds to come to Canada, if you have good education like a master's or a bachelor's, you should be good to an extent. If you have a spouse that has good education and they have good work experience, you should be good as well, and they definitely pass their English exam in a really high state, then you should be fine. So another 600 points is allocated to someone having a provincial nomination, a valid job offer, a Canadian degree, diploma or certificate, a brother or sister living in Canada who is a citizen or permanent resident. So if you have like a brother in Canada or a sister in Canada and they are on a study permit, you cannot use them for this permanent resident application. They have to be a citizen or permanent residents. And another 600 points is having a strong French language skill. So adding all of these points is going to help your federal skilled worker application. So I really encourage you to look into this. I will have a link below. In my next video, I'll be showing you a breakdown on how you should go about your application when you're putting in this. But consider all the factors I mentioned. Consider your education, consider your work experience, consider writing an English language exam or a French language exam. Either way, you'll be fine. Having a French one will boost your point, but most people actually come to Canada with just an English language exam, so you really don't need to stress yourself going the extra mile. You want to have your documentation, your international passport, and so on. Yes. I'm excited for you because I can see that you are on your way. I know, like, I really wish I got this information. I wouldn't have bothered coming to Canada as a student. Another notification. I would have just come directly through permanent resident because I had the work experience, I had the education and all of that. Anyway, it's another story for another time. So, do you like the content of this video? Do you like the value it provides? Does it give value to a friend, a family, a neighbor? Do not forget to share the link. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to click on the notification button. It's like a bell that is ringing somewhere, and I will provide you with more valuable videos for your knowledge. Do not forget to drop a comment below if you like this video. I really need those encouraging words to keep going. Yeah, do not forget to drop a comment. I need those encouraging words to keep going. You can just say, Flowell, this is awesome. If you don't know me as Flowell, just say Canadian Kwaku. This is great, good information. We love you, and so on.